Hi, this is How to Get Your Shit Together with me, Sue Wright. So today I have an incredible treat for you all. I have with me, as a little interview, the lovely Ouriana Walker, who is over in New York. And Ouriana is a career clarity coach. So, hi, Ouriana, how are you?
Hi, Sue. I'm doing amazing. How about yourself?
Yep, tickety boo, thank you very much. Looking forward to this. So,
Yes.
tell me a little bit about what your role as a career clarity coach is, Oriana.
So at this moment, I am helping people, I help professionals transition to careers that they love. And what that means is I help people who want to transition from the career that they're in to a brand new career, or I can help people who want to move up in their organization, if they want to move up to a different role in that, I can help them do that as well. So it's different types of transition. But the bottom line is that when I work with people, I help them to get clear on what it is they really want, what makes them happy. And I help them to find clarity around the steps that they need to take to get themselves there. That also includes creating a vision for what they want, because when you have a vision, you get clarity. And then I help them create a plan, goals, and I support them as they take the steps to get from where they are to where they want to be. And once they begin to take the steps, it's like the floodgates open. They gain momentum, they feel confident, they feel that they're able to really do the thing that they want to do. And they realize that all they needed was a space and someone to support them in their goals, their dreams, their mission. Just sometimes we just need someone to believe in us too. And I absolutely want to and enjoy and love holding that space for people.
Cool, cool. So for you guys out there, Oriana and I actually met virtually on a business mentorship program, and we're very, very similar in our outlook on life, particularly in the fact that you don't have to be what society dictates you should be. And I've said this to you guys over and over again. For me, it is all about nurturing yourself, myself, Oriana, everybody as an individual,
Mhm.
because I think we were having a chat about this before, Ariana, weren't we?
Yeah.
I think,
Yeah.
you were saying about the social structure and how life is expected to look a certain way, and people like you and I who don't conform, shall we say, are often looked at as crazy. What do you think
Yes.
about that?
Absolutely. And I'll be honest, as you were just, asking this question again, it made me think, to be honest, it is society, but it also starts in our homes. It starts with our parents, because I remember my mom knew what she wanted me to be when I was about 10 or 11 years old. She just knew I was going to be a doctor. And that was the vision I'm serious, that was the vision she had for me. So I grew up in the Bronx in New York, and, she was like, you're going to go to Catholic school, you're going to get a really good education, you're going to go to a good college, and then you're going to be a doctor. So she had this whole plan for me, and she did the best she could to make that a reality. I went to Catholic school. I did well. I went to Columbia University, so an Ivy League college, and she just knew the next step was me being a doctor. And as I was in school, I realized, like, I don't want to be a doctor. I don't want to do this shit. This is really hard. No, seriously, like, the people who do it are phenomenal and amazing, but that doesn't bring me joy. And I really had to tell her, like, Mom, I can't do this. And it was one of the hardest conversations that I had to have. But she was like, bless her heart. She was like, I know you're smart. I trust that you're going to do something amazing. So, whatever that is, you do it. So she let me go and let me begin to plan my own life. But that just tied into society, because society created her mental framework, for what is an acceptable profession for her child and what is a lucrative and successful profession. So really it's all encompassing, the way that society, shapes what we think we should do and what the structure is for success. And then the people who don't conform, you become the outliers. You become the people who other people look at you and they're like, what in the world are these people doing? How are you going to survive? How are you going to make it? And you and I literally just had this conversation earlier, and it's like, the people who don't conform, it's because we believe in ourselves enough to know that there is another route, but that's not the route that is celebrated or promoted because, and this is my personal opinion, because it doesn't benefit society as a whole, right? If
Yeah.
everybody decided to do whatever the hell they wanted to do and all become entrepreneurs, who's going to work? Who's going to take the jobs that are going to maintain society and keep things going? So it's not to their benefit. But and I do see the importance of everyone. You know, I know that people need to support society, and I get that. I just think there should also be a space for people who don't fit in, and those people don't have to be looked at like crazy people because their insides don't jive with doing what everyone told them they should do.
Exactly. And when I'm working with my clients, I'm saying the same thing. You've got to feel good in your gut, in your
Yes.
soul, in your heart.
Yes.
And trying to conform just leads you to feeling, dissatisfied. It leads you to feeling kind of that, you're wrong, you're stuck, you're not energized. So you don't
Mm-hmm.
actually do a good job at what you were doing. And
Mm-hmm.
it's Oriana and I have both left really lucrative sort of normal jobs, if you like, to pursue our various our different coaching pathways. And what is we are both successful in our coaching careers, but what is success to you, to me, to somebody
Yeah.
on the outside? Success again is another thing which I think um is driven by financial success, but
Mm-hmm.
success is, the joy that we get from seeing our clients blossom, from seeing our clients transform, from seeing our clients kind of drop the act, if you like, and go, actually, shit, this is really good. Do you not think, Oriana?
Absolutely. Absolutely. As you said it, it brought me back to this space of being like, success absolutely should be self-defined. And again, that is another space that society would like to give us the picture and the framework of what's successful. And that normally is someone who is making lots of money and working really hard and, doing all these things. But I agree, people like you and I, coaches, we feel like we are successful when we are helping people change their lives, when we are helping people feel better about themselves, and we're providing this space for transformation. That is success because how you feel on the inside when you feel good, that literally is success. And the other part of it is, we both know you don't have to focus on the financial part. You don't have to focus on the money. When you are in a space of being in service to others, when you are in a space of, being a channel for good in the world, all the other things fall into place. And really, I know you and I have mentioned this. The only reason we even focus on finances is because we got bills to pay, right? We're regular people. Listen, the bills do not stop because we're over here trying to, have our dream, careers. The bills are still coming. So for that reason, we get drawn back into that space of, okay, I got to pay this card. I have to pay this rent. I have to send my son to school. That costs money. But at the end of the day, we know that really success doesn't revolve around a number. And that's why we left those jobs that were giving us the number that on paper anyone would look at and say, oh, you're a success. But we didn't feel like that. I know I didn't feel like that. I literally sat down at my desk one day, and I had just come off of a week cruise. So I was rested from vacation, and I got back and I was like, why in the world am I here? What am I doing? And I can't do this for the rest of my life. And it was literally that day that I started planning something else because I was like, I can't do this. So
Yeah.
success, it's not always about the money.
Yeah.
No.
And I think, I think the word, when you were saying about planning, I think that's
Yeah.
another thing that we have to be careful, when we're talking about transformation,
Okay.
whether it's career or whether it's life in general. I mean, I've transformed my life many times.
Hmm.
I put my money where my mouth is effectively, and I do change things. But I think the mistake a lot of people make is, especially, we're recording this at the 22nd of December, we're coming into the new year,
Hmm.
everybody's going to have resolutions, then they're going to go, right, 1st of January, I am going to do X, Y, and Z. I'm going to be super fit, I'm going to be this, I'm going to be that. But I think you forget that although we're looking at making transformations, what you and I both do is we help our clients plan those changes,
Right.
because I think, we've got to make sure there are plans in place.
Yes.
There are, steps to take towards the goal, so
Yes.
that, we can then make sure that the clients don't fall flat on their faces to,
Hmm.
you clients will have ups and downs without a shadow of a doubt, but that it's not an all or nothing. It's kind of right, let's put the steps in place that we know you need to take to get to where you want to go. And
Yes.
there's no time scale with that. Those steps could take one client a week, or they could take another client 6 months.
Right.
But I think, you and I support people through the kind of the process of making those changes, but
Yes.
making them in a manner that they are fully in charge of. They
Yes.
are, they've worked it out, they've got their shit together, they've decided what they want to do, and they're looking at it with a complete kind of non-judgmental, almost a business-like attitude that, yeah, this is where I want to be, so how am I going to get there, with you and
Yes.
I kind of helping them along the way to see the wood from the trees, to make,
Yes.
make the plans, to kind of highlight even just shifting language that they're
Yes.
using, to make sure that these things happen. And I think that's the benefit of your coaching programs, because I know you're getting amazing successes with all of your clients, and the same with mine, is that, we are committing a client to a period of time, so that we are there to support them on that initial trajectory up the way, but then when they plateau or they have a dip, we're
Hmm.
still there to work
Yes.
through it with them. Do you not think?
Yes, absolutely. I could not agree with you more. That was so well said. I feel like what we do, when you have steps, you have clarity. When you have clarity, you have an idea of where you need to go, right? And so when you set a goal, it's not even so much about reaching the goal, but it's about putting yourself in the space of moving in the direction of the goal. Because and I found this with my clients, as you take steps, and myself, we take steps forward, different doors open, opportunities will come, but you literally have to take the first step. And that's why there has to be an active process. A lot of people will sit and think and think and think, but they don't take a step. And what I've learned in life is that there are so many ways to achieve your goals, and we are very limited because that I don't know, it's just a function of being human. We can't always see all of the possibilities because there's so much abundance in this world, right? But the universe is full of it. And so we just have to take a step, and you would be surprised at what happens. So you just need the steps for clarity, the goals for directions. And then once you start seeing these possibilities and achieving some of your goals, now you feel confident. And that shifts like you said, shifts the language inside, because now you're telling yourself, I can do this. You see that you can do it, and the energy and momentum is behind you, and then you're unstoppable. So, yes, I agree. Absolutely.
Yeah, I could talk with you for hours about this, and I think, what we're both. I think that's, I said before, when we've spoken on the business program,
Yeah.
we are very like-minded, even if we're at opposite sides of the world at the minute.
Yes.
But I think, that it's really interesting for other people to hear, not just my voice on this matter, but yours as well,
Mhm.
Oriana, And I
Absolutely.
think, what I'd love to do is, if you're interested, we'll get you back on again, and
Yep.
we can discuss some of these aspects in a little bit more detail,
Yes.
and share our, we have similar viewpoints, but also, we diverge a little bit, and I think that'd be really great
Right.
to share that with people if you're up for that.
Absolutely. I would come back anytime you will have me. It was so refreshing to have this conversation. And to be honest, I love the fact that we're on different, what is the saying? You're on the other side of the pond. And don't laugh at me if I said it wrong. But
Yep,
I love the fact that we are not, from the same place, but we have very similar and different thoughts. But I love that we can connect in this way. So yes, I would come back whenever you'll have me.
brilliant. Well, listen, I really appreciate you taking the time out of your schedule, Oriana. I know you've got
Sure.
clients about to start, so I better let you go. But thank you all for listening, and thank you again, Oriana, and we will talk again very soon.
Thank you, Sue, for having me, and thank each and every one of you for listening.
Okay, thank you. Take care. Bye.
Bye bye.